This shade has risen, and I'm saying, hi, Eva. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. Real Housewives Atlanta season 12, episode 2. I do know the episode. Girl, the ashes, the everything, and dust to side chicks, which is what Porsha should be saying. What's going on, y'all? Real Housewives Atlanta season 12, episode 2. We got the taglines. The taglines are here. I apologize for being late, girl. Y'all know I just got back from LA. Whole stuff talking about that, but let's get into the Housewives episode, episode 2. We got our taglines. My favorite tagline is between Kandi and Porsha. This Phoenix has risen. And I'm saying, bye ashes. I thought it was creative. I wanted Porsha to come up to it by herself. I know Candi's a great writer. She writes some hits. So I think Kandi wrote that. And it's a verse from Nicki Minaj's, one of her old songs. And y'all know Riley is a big Nicki Minaj fan. So Riley probably told her to say that or whatever. Don't check for me unless you got to check for me. I love it. I think this is where Kandi kind of like interjects that, girl, I'm making this coin. I'm getting these red cents, I'm getting all of that. And, you know, without saying, because y'all know Kandi don't really talk about money that much. But we know that Kandi is secure, okay? But we get another episode without Nene leaks. I've already told you all. My speculation and what I'm gathering is that Nene was suspended. And she was suspended probably on the first... Yeah, we know the first two episodes, but I'm trying to decide if it's going to be the third episode because there's been rumors that she's not going to be on episode 3. And the reason why I say that, even though we saw in the trailer Nene walk up and try to greet Cynthia, we didn't see her like really talking. We probably won't see her talk to Cynthia to episode 4. Which is episode 3 she wasn't on. They had a little video talking about, you know, she was shading Cynthia or whatever, but I don't think we're going to actually see her into episode 4. And that's gonna be some shade to Nene, because Nene, if that's true, she gonna be 3 episodes, and you know they get paid per episode they're on. So of course, Nene, like, you were the biggest star on the show, girl. Why would they go without you? Like, girl, you were suspended, girl. You were suspended for that stuff, but they're pulling on their photographer. But this episode, a lot of folks were saying it was kind of boring. I'm not gonna say it was boring because I love Cynthia and Noel's conversation. Noel is just blossoming to this beautiful, aware flower, and she is just going wherever she wants to go. And I just love it. I love it. So I don't think this episode was boring, but I think it was a little bit more toned down. But honestly, this is where I think that Real Housewives of Atlanta is moving towards. They're giving us a little bit toned down, just a little bit, but not as serious, like drink throwing and all that. It's just like some real stuff, and I think it might work for them. We get this already with Married to Medicine, which is my favorite show. Who did not come on last night? It come on Sunday night. But girl, let's go and get to the rest. So Porsha, Cynthia, and Kandi show up at one of my favorite restaurants in Atlanta, Siva's, I think I'm saying it right. It's like a hookah lounge. It's good. I've been there once. And the drinks are fire, the food is fire, the DJ is fire, everything is fire. It's like, girl, I tried to go one time, but they denied me because I think Bay didn't have on a correct shirt. You gotta have on a short sleeve. You gotta have on like a collar shirt and all that. They very strict on nighttime, like on Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. They very strict on, you know, attire and stuff. But it's a cute place. It be packed. The food is good, and the atmosphere is wonderful and stuff. And I went there once and just had a wonderful time. And it was me and my girl, Model Matha, went there. Girl, shout out to Sam, hey boo. But they're sitting down and they're talking, and they're getting into the conversation about what is going on with Porsha. Porsha's wearing flat, straight out of Kato's, girl. Miss Porsha. Girl, I don't know what's going on with her outfits and stuff, but Porsha just ain't serving it like she's normally serving it. She doesn't look bad, but you can tell that she's kind of going through it. And girl, we saw her pooching through the city, girl. She was driving through the city, and she was on the phone. And in Georgia, Georgia has a hands-free law, which means you cannot be holding your phone or anything. And Porsha just driving through in her damn $100,000 Range Rover, just driving. And she just like, girl, what? I don't even like Porsha. I'm like, girl, what is the tea? But they're asking her like, girl, what's going on with you, Kandi? Just like, you know, what's going on with you and Dennis? And she's telling them what happened with Dennis and, you know, all of that. And she's just trying to figure out where they stand at. And Cynthia, you know, they started talking about what's going on with Eva. And girl, you know, child, this stuff with Eva, two of the housewives have hinted towards some mess possibly coming, and that we need to remember what happened on episode 2. I watched Candace speak on it video that she posted on her YouTube channel, Candace Online, and she said to remember this stuff with this episode 2 because the stuff that Eva said is going to come back. Because y'all know that Eva has a history of throwing shade. Remember she threw shade at Cynthia, and then she was like, I didn't even say that she's been called out of throwing shade, folks, and then she don't remember she throw shade. Her shade be elegant and it'd be funny because I screamed when she said that Porsha need to be worried about her little C-section. And I've been tiptoeing around her feelings and stuff. That was funny, but the way she went in on Porsha, I was just like, it's a little too much for y'all to be friends, and that ain't how I'm feeling. I absolutely, positively was not here for this conversation I'm around, you know, her saying, you know, nappy-headed folks. Like, Eva, like, girl, this is like the second time, and I love you, sis, but this is the second time that you have made a similar colorist joke or something. You remember you said something about black would be without a K or a Q or something. You said that, and people was like, I don't know about that. And then now, you know, you also said that Porsha's child looks like Dennis with a bow. I don't know what you were trying to imply, but even the shade that you throw is very subtle. So the shade that you throw, you have to catch it. And that's the thing about like throwing shade. When you're really good at it, you can throw some stuff and people don't get it. And that's what the shade about, because you don't catch it. You don't really catch it. And Eva is good at that. She's good at that. So when she said, you know, the comment about Dennis with a bow, I don't know what you were trying to imply, but how I took it and how I received it is that you were possibly saying something about the child. I just, girl, I noticed a lot. Eva, girl, I don't know about that one, girl. I don't know about that. And I definitely don't know about the nappy-headed conversation. And sometimes people use nappy-headed in a good way, but I think Eva meant it in a negative tone. And it just wasn't right. It just was not right. I was not here for that. It wasn't Eva's proudest moments. It wasn't good. And I know Eva's probably not gonna offer no apology or anything, or she probably gonna, you know, say, oh well, this is what I meant, da da da. But Eva, like, girl, the shade that you throw is very subtle, so we know what you're trying to say without exactly saying it, and we catching it, girl. And the thing about you saying on this big ass show is that all of us can dissect it, and it's not some situation where like 4 of us in there and you throwing shade and probably only one friend caught it. No, you're saying it on a show that's getting 1 million and something plus viewers each episode, and out of the 1 million, it's probably like gonna be a couple of us that's gonna be like, girl, that was some shade, and then we're gonna talk about it on social media, and everybody else is gonna catch it. So, girl, you gotta be careful with that. Eva talking to Cynthia and telling Cynthia about what's going on and all that, like I said, and you know, Cynthia's trying to tell her, like, girl, like tone it down a little bit, like tone it down, because Eva was going in. She was going in, and then she was talking to Cynthia, and Cynthia is looking like a confused friend because she keeps getting cool with these folks and they keep doing stuff, and like she's like, oh, you're my best friend, or I'm your best friend because you got me a chill necklace and all that, and Candy looking like what's the tea? And then you got Kenya that is dragging her. Kenya is going in on her and saying, girl, you need to get it together because you be friending with these folks and they be doing you wrong, and then you want to cry about all of that. She said, girl, and Kenya shade her. She said, I hope she picks her men better than she picks her friends, because Kenya, Cynthia, girl, you do have a history of picking some friends who be doing you wrong, and I think that's what Kenya said. So Eva's saying that she did not want to have her children there because of a lot of things. And I agree with Candy. Candy said, if you don't want to bring your kids, you ain't got to explain them. You say, girl, they just not available right now. And Eva could have done that, and nobody would have asked Eva anything. I don't think people would have pressed Eva. I think they probably would have said something like, girl, but they that busy or whatever, but you control your children. So I don't think everybody on this show, as of now, I think has a child or has a child or something, or had a child or something. So they will understand, like, girl, you make the ultimate decision where your children go. But you did imply that, you know, there was not it kind of seemed like you were saying that it was not a safe environment, or you don't know her for her to be around your kids. And I can understand why Kenya looking like, girl, I can see why Kenya is offended by that. Because it's almost like an attack, like you're saying, like, girl, I don't know about her. She might, like, to imply that somebody would do something or cause harm around kids is a strong attack. Like, it was very strong, and I can understand Kenya being, like, pissed off about that. Like, she said, girl, I don't even want this doll that you sent for my child. I don't want this doll. Like, you can keep it. So, girl, that's the man. Everybody's trying to let Cynthia know, like, girl, you gotta get it together. So we get to Mark. Still not here, only here for Skype session. So Mark is FaceTiming Kenya, and baby, the way baby Brooklyn looked, like, you know that ain't finna answer this phone, had me choking up. Cause she was like, she looked up, girl, you know this man ain't finna answer the phone for you. And I am screaming internally. I watched it while I was on the plane, and I watched it back when I got home. And it was so funny. It was so funny. I listened to their phone conversation. Mark Daly gives me very toxic masculinities, very toxic. Now, I've seen some toxic, but like Mark looks like he at top tier. Honestly, when Mark was saying, you know, when he was talking, he was saying, we'll see if he was coming back to like visit, he's gonna be available. And he was talking about, you know, is she swimming in the pool with the other kids? What's wrong with her hair? Don't put none of that stuff. The way Kenya was responding lets me know that she's used to him being like that and being toxic, which tells me that it is highly possible that Mark did say he don't want no man holding his child, especially when he's not there. I can see that the way he is acting with this child, it ain't cute. It just does not look cute on camera. And I don't care how Kenya tries to spin it or whatever, but girl, that man look like he very toxic, and he sounds very toxic. And he is very toxic. The way he was talking and stuff, and just like talking over her, like she couldn't even get a word in, like she was answering questions. And you're not even there, bruh. Like, bruh, you ain't even there. Like, you too busy, but you worry about all this little stuff going on with your child. If it was that important, you would find somebody to manage what you are doing with these little bitty restaurants, and then you will be available with your child more. But Mark has 2 other kids, and Kenya is a little bit shook because she just like, Mark acts like, you know, the stuff that he be doing, it seems like he don't have any, he never had no child before. So girl, that tells you a lot. We're gonna get into this because it's only episode 2. So moving on to Kandi, Ace, and then go to the bouncing thing. I thought that was cute. I'm honestly interested in going to their place. Marlo shows up with 3 kids. I think it was 3, yeah, it was 2. Yeah, it was 3 kids in all, and she reveals that a family member was dealing with some mental issues, and she had to take the kids in. And it touched me, as you all know. Like I've said so many times, and I'm going to continue to say, is anytime the conversation comes up, my mother and father are taking care of my aunt who was murdered's kids back in 2010 when I was in Iraq. And my mother and father have been taking care of the kids since 2010. And it's going on 2020. So she's had these children almost 10 years, her and my father. And taking on like kids and stuff is a big thing. It's a life-changing thing, and it is something that I think only people with big hearts and like they have something in them that is speaking to them and telling them that they refuse for a life to be mistreated or misguided or something like that. And just want to be there for them. So I respect Marlo. I think this really makes Marlo look different to me. I respect her, and you can tell that she was a little choked up by it. And those kids were beautiful. The kids were beautiful. They look like they're well taken care of, and I love the hair. I love the locks. Their hair looks really, really good. They look like they behave. Like Marlo was like, you know, y'all gonna respect me. And I thought it was beautiful. They with Ace. They bouncing around, and Marlo was just telling Kandi what's going on. And Marlo also reveals that she has talked to Nene, and Nene is just like, you know, girl, she just, you know, feeling some type of way. She was just like, girl, like, y'all get her room. And then Marlo made a joke. She said, girl, I did tell you not to go in that room. And y'all know Marlo had told Kandi to go in that room. So we have not seen Nene. And when Marlo walked in, I think the thing said Candi's friend. So, girl, Bravo is doing everything they can to shade the hell out of Nene. I just find it funny. I find it hilarious. But shout out to Marlo for doing that, and I thought it was beautiful. So we move on to Shamia and Porsha. Porsha's still in the rain, crying, girl, rain on me. She's crying and still, like, she's talking to Shamia, and Shamia comes over. Shamia, let me tell y'all, Shamia did a complete 360, and I don't know that African king or whoever she married to this week. Girl, this man must have told her he ain't interested in her walking around in these sundresses because, baby, Shamia right here looking like Fantasia, okay? I'm submitting. And I don't think it's a bad thing. If Shamia happy, I'm happy for her. But girl, Shamia, she had that little old auntie hairstyle and that outfit. Like Shamia just looks so different to me. I'm not the only person who's seeing that. Shamia just she don't look the same. Like her energy is not the same. Her daughter is beautiful, beautiful daughter. But Shamia's talking to Porsha, and Porsha admits that she only did the breastfeeding for what? She said she lasted, 3 or 4 weeks when she was talking to Kandi and Cynthia. That was hilarious. So Porsha's talking to Shamia. She's telling Shamia that Dennis came and he spent the night. And, you know, she woke up and he was in the bed, and they was in the bed together, and he left and he kissed her. Let me tell you something. They did that flashback to show Dennis kissing Porsha and kissing that baby. Baby, Dennis is fine as hell. Ooh, it is something about that man. I don't know what it is, but he has this grown man type of energy. And I want to no, it's not even a grown man energy. He got that BDE. And if you don't know what that means, girl, you need to Google it. He has that big, thick energy. And I can feel it. And it's not even about like the size, but it's just like he is confident in the way, like, even though he's trash, if he cheated on Porsha while she was pregnant, which I still don't believe, but seeing Porsha cry, I'm like, is Porsha a good actress, or did this truly happen? But the way he kissed her, I was just like, ooh. And Porsha was shook. That's why you let him spend the night, girl. But she tells me, I can't be letting him spend the night just because of Hookah. And girl, it's hard. And I told y'all last season, girl, honestly, a Facebook status showed up last year on my it's Facebook show your memories. I said that Dennis was slanging that thing on Porsha, and you can tell. Because when Porsha went to that therapy thing, baby, she walked in and saw how, and she said that Dennis had said something, and she had mugged him. She was mad. Let me tell you something. Them Detroit men, girl, they be having some good peen, but they are full of it. Let me tell you, girl. I am in a whole relationship with a Detroit man, and girl, I don't know, it's something about maybe them growing up next to power plants and factories and stuff that made them act like a robot or something. But girl, in Detroit men, they are something serious. They are very loving and very caring. They're gonna support you 100%. But girl, sometimes they be emotionally detached and they don't be seeing the error of their ways. Sometimes I can preach to y'all, cause baby, let me tell you something. They almost got popped Sunday, girl, while I was out pooching in Miss LA, girl. Pop. Girl, I'm gonna talk about that, girl. But relationships are relationships, and girl, we just got to, let me know in the comments if y'all want me to talk about relationships in some video, because I know y'all like, girl, I want to hear it. But girl, I'm in there, I feel like I'm finna give y'all Martha Stewart teas, like I done transitioned to the housewife, and I feel like I can be talking about this with y'all, because we grow together. Girl, my voice is still gone, but we gonna fix that. But this episode, like I said, was not bad. I'm still screaming at Eva saying that she don't know when she was talking to Cynthia. I don't even know Kenya's real eye color. Girl, I holla, but Eva ass was dragging Porsha. She was dragging Porsha. She didn't have to say all of that. She didn't have to get into all the semantics and stuff, but girl, we gonna get to some tea. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. What y'all think about all the other stuff I talked about in the comments. Let me know in these comments, girl. I apologize for the video being late, but y'all know I had to make sure that my energy was on it for y'all. Keep it 100. Where my girl at? But let me know in the comments, and I'll talk y'all later on tonight. Bye.